Right now, the Las Vegas real estate market is handing buyers something they haven't seen in 3 years. Real negotiation power. Homes sitting 55 to 83 days. Sellers cutting prices and covering closing costs. Buying down interest rates. Most buyers have no idea how to use any of it. I'm Nuke Hudson, Las Vegas real estate expert, retired Air Force veteran, your no BS guide to the market. You know, I want to say something else. I've helped over 100 families do this, military and civilian. Everything I'm about to tell you is the unfiltered truth. The tips at the back are what most agents never share. So don't skip ahead right now. So if we start to look at the spring market that's coming up here in Las Vegas, the median single family home is priced at $481,000 to $500,000. Inventory is up 25% year over year. Roughly 6,850 to 7,100 active listings. Homes averaging 55 to 83 days on the market. Selling at 97% of asking price at the time of closing. Buyers are getting below ask deals done consistently. This is a strategy market, so here's the strategy. The financial picture most relocation guides seem to miss. Nevada has zero income tax. Military families, your BAH is already tax exempt from the federal government. So your entire household income is state tax free. For civilians from California, Illinois, and Texas, that's thousands back per year. Property taxes are equally strong. Clark County's effective tax rate is 0.5 to 0.6% of the market value. That's roughly half the 1.1% national average. On a $500,000 home, you're paying just $2,500 to $3,000 per year, and that is capped at 3% annual increases by Nevada law. Veterans, partial property tax exemption for undischarged veterans enhance those with a service-connected disability of 60% or higher. So for that, you apply through the Clark County Assessor's Office. I even did a video on it one time. Most people never claim it because nobody told them. Now you know. The surprise that catches every relocator: summer electric bills. In a typical Las Vegas home, electricity runs from $250 to about $470 per month, June through September. So that's a 7-month cooling season. Check AC unit age, window quality, and backyard direction on every home I walk. West-facing backyards add about $100 to your summer bill. Solar on the home? Find out immediately. If it is owned or leased, all systems save 70 to 90% on average for electric bills. And that's a real asset. An inherited solar lease transfer to you at close, that's a financial obligation. You know what? We're going to review every single solar contract before the offer goes in, full stop. So let's get into these tips. Tip 1, know your Las Vegas neighborhood before you start. So I get this one all the time. Is Las Vegas a good place to live? Yes, if you go in informed. Tight military community, Red Rock Canyon, Mount Charleston, Lake Mead, skiing just 45 minutes from the Strip, Formula One, the Golden Knights, the Raiders, and soon the A's. Let's not forget the Aces. Please, let's not forget the Aces. I ain't forget them. People who struggle here have skipped their homework. This video, it's the homework. So what are the best neighborhoods near Nellis Air Force Base? You got 3 options. You got the Craig Road Corridor and the Aliante in North Las Vegas. They offer the shortest commute, the best value, and you can actually find homes under $400,000. Summerlin, if school ratings are a priority, but plan on a longer drive. For most Nellis families, North Las Vegas, especially around Aliante, that's the sweet spot. What are the best neighborhoods for Creech Air Force Base? What is the commute from Las Vegas to Creech? So Creech is about 45 miles northwest on the US 95 and a 45 to 55 commute each way. And that's through open desert, and it depends on what part of Las Vegas you're living in. There is no on-base housing up there. Most families, they end up landing in Centennial Hills or Sky Canyon, sometimes Providence in the Northwest Valley. Many use Fed van shuttle between bases. Plan on commutes before you even pick a neighborhood, not after. Everyone else, North Las Vegas. There are homes, now we're talking about a broad category of homes now, not just single family, that are under 400,000. Henderson, they can range anywhere from 350 to 450, and it is consistently one of Nevada's best cities for families. Summerlin is higher, but stronger on schools and lifestyle. School assignments in Las Vegas is tied directly to your address. Clark County School District quality varies dramatically by zip code. Henderson and Summerlin rank the highest. Decide on schools before you fall in love with the house, and watch for those HOAs. And master plan communities like Summerlin, Sky Canyon, and Cadence. Now, Cadence is a little bit off. 2 or 3 fee layers, including SID or LID assessments, can add $30 to $100 or more to your monthly bill. And sometimes that's buried in the fine print. So we're going to pull those real numbers before any offer so you can have something that's really real before going in, always. So tip 2 is getting your pre-approval. And if you're in the military, get a VA experienced lender. Reach out and I can put you in contact with some folks who offer great rates, and most importantly, don't pile on junk fees. Stay away from them junk fees. Pre-qualification is a lender taking your word. Pre-approval means pool credit, verified income, reviewed returns, written commitment. 2 completely different weights in the seller's eyes, at least a smart seller. Well-priced homes in the best neighborhoods still move fast, and they go to the organized buyer or the fully approved buyer with a pre-approval. My VA buyers. In 2026 at Nellis and Creech, it can run approximately $22-26 a month for a staff sergeant with dependents. A VA experienced lender counts that as qualifying income, and they can gross it up because it's tax-free. And with a valid PCS order, we can qualify you for gaining station BAH before you arrive. Budget for closing costs of 2 to 5% on a $500,000 home. That's $10,000 to $25,000. Now, a lot of that can include some other things like buying down things and points, but that's a lender thing. We'll get into it. VA buyers can negotiate much of that to the seller, which is exactly why when you get down to tip 6, it matters. First-time buyers not using VA, Nevada's Home is Possible program offers up to 5% of your loan and down payment and closing cost assistance. But sometimes lenders don't mention it. Now ask, because the link is in the description, and we can discuss it. Because when people don't offer you something or say it's bad, it's because they don't offer it themselves and they don't want you going someplace else. Tip 3, start your paperwork before you start your touring. Before Tour 1, pre-approval letter, proof of earnest money funds, your 24 and 25 tax returns already assembled, contingency preferences decided. If you wait until you find a home you love, you're already behind it. Every other organized buyer. For my military families out there on a hard PCS report date, begin being the organized buyer costs nothing. It wins deals. Tip 4, use rising inventory and longer days on market to your advantage. With sellers open to price reductions, closing cost help, and inspection repairs, prepared buyers can have real leverage right now, and that hasn't existed for years. The most asked question, should I wait for rates to drop? When rates fall, buyer demand is going to surge, right? And sellers covering your closing costs, that's gone. Sure, you like that closing cost covered. Buy in the negotiating market. Refinance when rates fall. The math works. Should you buy or rent when you PCS to Las Vegas? Direct answers. 2 to 3 years on order plus VA eligibility. Maybe you should buy. It's 0 down, no PMI, building equity in a market where sellers are negotiating and inventory is up 25%. Short assignment or first time in the area, renting for 6 to 12 months while you get your bearings, could be a legitimate call. We'll work together and figure out which path works best for you. So we're now getting halfway through, and tips 5 through 10 is what buyers rarely ever hear from another agent. So stay with me. Now we're going to get to that tip 5. Choose your agents on performance and local knowledge, not on personality. Ask any agent, how many transactions did you close last year? How many VA loans? Which neighborhoods near Nellis or Creech specifically? And how do you handle a remote buyer on a PCS timeline? Can't answer with specifics. Doing all of this? Keep looking. HOA complications, appraisal gaps, VA nuances, title issues. They happen here. Experience isn't a bonus, it's everything. And we'll get to tip 6. This is where buyers leave thousands of dollars on the table. Demand concessions. Sellers are giving them, and most buyers don't ask. Sellers right now are covering closing costs, buying down interest rates by 1 or 2 points, and rolling personal property into the deals. For VA buyers, a VA loan restricts what veterans can pay at closing, and a knowledgeable agent gets the seller to cover those fees entirely. Real money back in your hands from day one. As for concessions in this market, it's not aggression. It's expected. Never leave it on the table. Now, this has personally gotten my clients into homes before anyone else. And now that's when we get to tip 7. Work with an agent who can access listings before they hit Zillow. There's now a legal pathway to show qualified buyers before they're broadcast to the entire market. Less competition, more time. Sometimes you're the only buyer who ever makes an offer. For military families buying remotely on a tight PCS timeline, seeing your home 2 or 3 days early is real. It's measurable and it's an advantage. That's what years of local relationships buys you. Now, what about those expired listings? Are they the best kept secret in the buyer's market? And most agents never look at them? So we get to tip 8. You ever thought about targeting expired listings? The market's most overlooked opportunity. Expired listings sat on the MLS without selling and dropped off when the listing agreement ended. With homes averaging 55 to 83 days on the market, there will be significantly more expired listings this spring than in recent years. These sellers, some are motivated, will negotiate on price and terms, and your agent can reach out directly, pulling them into a deal with zero buyer competition. So tip 9 is the lowest competition buyer strategy in the market. Nobody uses it. So if you're already renting in Las Vegas, you ever thought about talking to your landlord first? Are you renting in Las Vegas and you like your neighborhood? Ask your landlord if they consider selling. You already know the property. Landlords are often motivated to sell to a reliable tenant than run a full listing. Low competition, low friction, often a genuinely good deal. Military families renting near Nellis or Creech, have this conversation before you go wide open on the market. It costs you just one conversation and a lot of frustration. One conversation, that's a good rhyme, right? Tip 10, it's been hiding in plain sight on every real estate search portal right now. So stop scrolling past homes with bad photos. That's where the value is hiding. Poor photography, no staging, means the other buyers are just scrolling past. When you show up and the home is solid, you may be the only buyer who walked through the door. I've helped clients find outstanding homes in desirable Las Vegas neighborhoods because the listing looked rough, and nobody else bothered. A contractor that I trust can completely reframe a problem listing into a serious value purchase. Photos lie in both directions. Always go take a look, especially if it's in places where you want to be, the school district, the neighborhood, any of those things. So years in this market, over 100 families served, military, PCS, and Nellis and Creech, civilians from California, Texas, Colorado, Illinois, all these places. First-time VA buyers, move-up buyers, every angle. The people who win in real estate get informed early and move with a plan. This video is the information. I'm the plan. Buying, selling, relocating Las Vegas, or PCS in Nellis or Creech, I want to talk to you. I offer free consultation calls, no pressure, no pitch. I know the BAH and the VA loan process cold. Which neighborhoods work for Nellis and which work for Creech and which ones to avoid. The call is free and I'll give you straight answers. Schedule link below. Also, we offer a free Las Vegas relocation and market guide in the description. Neighborhoods, VA loans, school districts, the full financial picture. Go grab it. If this video gave you value, like and subscribe. Honest, data-driven Las Vegas real estate every week. No fluff, no hype. For my military brothers and sisters, you know the drill. Alpha, Mike, Foxtrot, For everyone else, thanks for being part of the community. I genuinely appreciate every last one of you. And right now, because some of you on a television, you can't exactly click, but you got a phone and you can do this. This QR code that's popping up, it connects us, and it also allows you to download whatever I have available out there. Click on the next video right here. It's the one that YouTube says you actually want to see, and I'm going to meet you over there.